For this prop making simple guide, you will need Fimo clay black and a lighter color or just black. A mold is optional. Clay tools, cheap ones, you don't need really a lot. Acrylic metallic paint. Yes, I know I'm showing a resin tint because I have no more paint. Tissue, gloss varnish, and baking paper. Step 1. Mixing clay. Fimo clay is a bit pricier, but it's often the more professional clay. It can be sturdy, and I like using it for different props. When it comes to prop coins or jewelry making or any other sort of props, I like using darker clay colors. This gives a bit more of a weathered look, much like you would use artificial patina to give a vintage look for metal jewelry making. So for step 1, I don't use just pure black clay, especially since black Fimo clay can go out of stock very often. I fold it in with a lighter clay and adjust the level of how dark I want it to be. As long as it has a decently darker tone, I don't mind. The painting layer will make this look good. Step 2. Molding clay. A mold is optional, but you can make your coin look like anything custom for you or your game. For these, I use a mold but added smaller details that aren't present in the mold. Molds are usually silicone, but details may get lost when pressing them in. So I will take clay tools to give them a bit of more of 3D effect while also adding my custom details. I also don't make mine exactly round so as to give a more weathered look or even the idea that these are hastily made in-game. Perhaps these are rare coins that very few come across. It also helps to mold these on your baking paper to avoid sticking to surfaces. Step 3. Baking clay. Fimo clay easily bakes in your at-home oven. Please follow the directions on the back or the front of the clay package for exact time and temperature. Also, less is more in my experience. Working with smaller props, you wouldn't want to burn your props. Plus, the clay may feel soft while baking, but just like food, will harden when they cool. If your coins have a lot of 3D details, maybe even consider using some baking powder or tin foil to keep the 3D parts from going soft and warping. Step 4. Painting. Acrylics dry faster and are easy to smudge onto your coin. I often use a tissue or something rough to barely paint the surface. This is to make sure the darker clay shows in the crevices and creates that antique look. As for metallic colors, you often can find a set of metal colors for metallics, that being bronze, copper, silver, and gold. If I remember correctly, I used a mix of copper and bronze instead of gold to really give these an antique look. Again, since I had no metallic acrylics right now, I showed a metallic resin tint. Step 5. Gloss varnish. There will be hands on these props and over time may wear down the paint or details. So in this case, I will use a durable gloss varnish. It protects the paint while also giving a lightly glossy look. Plus, if you like how coins clink together in a bag, this gives a very muted sound, like a little bit of a clanking. These 5 tips will work with many other prop making projects and are just my simple way of making things like this. If you make some yourself because of this, then I want to know. Let me know below or tag me with a picture on Twitter. If you want to see more simple prop making guides, a like says a lot as well. If you're new, even consider subscribing to see my other chaotic, totally innocent videos. Enjoy your creative day, my heroes.